You've heard of zero carb foods, right? But when you walk down the grocery aisle, it suddenly gets confusing. One label says keto-friendly, another says low carb, and someone online insists cheese is zero carb, while another swears it isn't. So which foods actually keep you in ketosis without draining your energy or wrecking your mood? The truth is, not all zero carb foods are created equal. Some may technically have no carbs, but can still spike your blood sugar and kick you out of fat burning mode. Others, surprisingly, can fuel your metabolism, keep hunger away, and help you feel steady and focused all day long. When we understand how our bodies react to food on a cellular level, keto stops being a guessing game. It becomes simple science. The right zero carb choices support your mitochondria, the engines of your cells, while keeping insulin stable and inflammation low. That means fewer cravings, more clarity, and faster fat loss. Today, we'll explore the 10 best zero carb foods that truly make keto easy. These aren't just numbers on a nutrition label. They're foods that work with your body's chemistry, not against it. By the end, you'll know exactly what to eat to stay in deep ketosis effortlessly. And there's one food on this list most people think they should avoid. But it might just be your secret weapon for keto success. Stay till the end and comment your favorite zero carb snack below. When most people hear zero carb, they think it means a food with absolutely no carbohydrates. But that's not quite the full picture. On nutrition labels, you'll often see two terms: SACAS, total carbs, net carbs, and total carbs include everything: sugars, starches, and fiber. But net carbs are the carbs that actually impact your blood sugar. You calculate them by subtracting fiber and certain sugar alcohols from the total carbs. Here's where it gets tricky. Not all sugar alcohols behave the same. For example, erythritol doesn't raise glucose, but maltitol does, almost like sugar. That's why some zero carb products on store shelves can still cause glucose spikes, leaving you tired, hungry, and confused. To understand this better, imagine your blood sugar as a smooth, flowing river. When you eat real zero-carb foods like eggs, salmon, or olive oil, that river stays calm and steady. Your energy remains even, your brain stays focused, and your cravings stay quiet. But the moment you eat something high in carbs, like a bowl of pasta or a muffin, that river suddenly turns into a roller coaster. Your blood sugar shoots up sharply, then crashes back down, leaving you exhausted and craving something sweet again. Dr. Jesse Inchauspé often illustrates this with a glucose curve after eating carbs. You get a tall, steep peak followed by a dip that leaves you irritable and foggy. In contrast, a zero-carb meal keeps that line nearly flat, a smooth horizon. That stability is what makes zero-carb foods powerful. They prevent the chaotic highs and lows that drive hunger, fat storage, and mood swings. Now, it's important to remember that zero-carb doesn't automatically mean healthy. You can find plenty of products labeled as keto or zero-carb that are ultra-processed, protein bars, shakes, and snacks full of artificial sweeteners and preservatives. They might not raise your glucose as quickly, but they can still trigger inflammation, digestive discomfort, and sluggish energy. Your body knows the difference between real food and factory-made substitutes. Instead, focus on nutrient-dense zero-carb foods, the kind that nourish your cells while keeping glucose flat. Think of foods like wild-caught fish, pasture-raised eggs, grass-fed beef, and natural fats such as butter, ghee, and olive oil. These provide essential vitamins, minerals, and fatty acids that support everything from your hormones to your brain function. When you eat these foods, your body doesn't just burn fat, it thrives on it. Picture this: after eating a high-carb breakfast, your glucose graph looks like a mountain range, up and down all day. But after a zero-carb meal, it's more like a calm ocean. Steady waves, predictable energy. That's why people who switch to a properly balanced keto diet often say they feel peaceful for the first time in years. It's not just in their head, it's biochemistry. So, the next time you see a zero-carb label, look deeper. Ask yourself, is this real food or a processed imitation? Because the goal isn't just to eliminate carbs, it's to eliminate chaos. Real zero-carb foods keep your glucose line calm, your mind sharp, and your metabolism in perfect rhythm. Once you feel that stability, you'll never want to go back to the roller coaster again. When it comes to zero-carb eating, animal-based foods are the true foundation. They're naturally free of carbohydrates, packed with essential nutrients, and help your body stay in ketosis without effort. These foods don't just fill you up, they fuel your metabolism, keep your energy steady, and support every cell in your body. Let's start with one of nature's perfect foods, eggs. Did you know eggs contain no carbs at all, but everything your mitochondria love? Inside that simple shell is the ideal blend of protein, fat, and micronutrients. The yolk is rich in choline, which supports liver function and brain health, while the whites deliver pure protein that keeps you satisfied for hours. A small tip: cook your eggs in olive oil or ghee to boost fat absorption and stay fuller even longer. Next, let's talk about salmon, one of the cleanest sources of protein and healthy fats. It's rich in omega-3 fatty acids which fight inflammation, improve insulin sensitivity, and support heart health. Because it's naturally zero carb, salmon keeps your glucose stable while feeding your cells with energy. Think of it as a superfood for your metabolism. Steady, powerful, and nourishing. Pairing salmon with avocado or olive oil helps amplify its fat-burning benefits. Then come sardines, the underrated heroes of the keto world. They're small, low on the food chain, and incredibly nutrient-dense. Sardines contain high levels of omega-3's calcium when you eat the bones, and vitamin D, all without a single gram of carbohydrate. They're like a portable multivitamin from the ocean. Plus, they're one of the most sustainable fish choices, giving you clean keto energy without environmental guilt. Beef is another cornerstone of the zero-carb diet. Grass-fed beef provides a powerful mix of B vitamins, iron, zinc, and healthy fats. It fuels muscle repair, supports hormone production, and helps keep cravings away. The protein in beef has a strong thermogenic effect, meaning your body burns more calories digesting it than it does with carbs or fat. A simple tip: add a bit of grass-fed butter or ghee while cooking to keep the meat juicy and enhance nutrient absorption. Chicken is a more versatile option, especially for those easing into keto. Skin on chicken thighs are rich in healthy fats and collagen, supporting joint and skin health. Because chicken is carb-free, it's a great protein to combine with low-carb vegetables or healthy oils. Just be mindful of how you cook it. Grilling or roasting in olive oil keeps it clean, while sugary sauces can undo its benefits. And then there's butter and ghee, the purest sources of zero-carb fats. Butter adds flavor and fat-soluble vitamins like A and K2 to your meals. Ghee or clarified butter takes it a step further by removing milk solids, making it lactose-free and ideal for higher heat cooking. These fats don't spike your insulin or glucose levels. Instead, they help your body transition smoothly into fat-burning mode. Think of them as the bridge between hunger and sustained energy. When you combine these animal-based zero-carb foods, you're giving your body everything it needs: complete proteins, essential fats, and vital nutrients. Without the glucose spikes or crashes, they make ketosis not just achievable, but enjoyable. Each bite supports steady energy, clear focus, and long-lasting satiety. So, which one's your go-to source of clean keto energy? Eggs for breakfast, salmon for dinner, or maybe a sizzling steak cooked in ghee? When most people think of zero-carb foods, they imagine only meat, eggs, or cheese. But nature offers plenty of plant-based and functional options that support ketosis just as effectively. These foods might not come from animals, but they're metabolic powerhouses that keep blood sugar steady while fueling fat burning. Take avocados, for example. Many people think they're high in carbs because they taste rich and creamy, but that's a myth. Most of the carbs in avocados are fiber, your glucose's best friend. Fiber slows digestion, balances blood sugar, and keeps you full without raising insulin. In fact, a ripe avocado gives you healthy monounsaturated fats that support heart health and brain function while keeping your energy calm and steady throughout the day. Then there's olive oil, the ancient elixir of the Mediterranean diet. Pure extra virgin olive oil contains zero carbohydrates, yet it's packed with antioxidants like polyphenols that reduce inflammation and protect your cells from oxidative stress. When you drizzle olive oil on your meals, you're not just adding flavor, you're giving your metabolism a gentle boost. It helps your body use fat more efficiently for fuel, stabilizing your glucose curve just like a smooth, flat line instead of a roller coaster. Here's a small secret: when you pair olive oil with protein, like eggs or chicken, your body absorbs more vitamins and nutrients. Coconut oil is another plant-based fat that's completely carb-free and deeply nourishing. It contains medium-chain triglycerides, MCTs for short, that your body digests differently than other fats. Unlike long-chain fats that go through a slow metabolic process, MCTs take a fast lane directly to the liver, where they're converted into ketones almost instantly. Think of MCT oil as rocket fuel for your cells. It bypasses the insulin system entirely and gives you clean, sustained energy without spikes or crashes. That's why adding a spoonful of MCT oil to your morning coffee or smoothie can sharpen focus and help you slip into ketosis faster. Herbs might not come to mind when you think zero carb, but they're one of the simplest ways to supercharge a keto diet naturally. Fresh herbs like parsley, rosemary, and basil contain almost no carbohydrates, yet they're loaded with antioxidants and compounds that support digestion and liver detoxification. A sprinkle of herbs not only enhances flavor but also nourishes your gut microbiome, helping your body process fats more efficiently. When your gut is healthy, your energy levels rise, and inflammation stays low. Electrolytes are another key part of functional zero-carb living. When your body burns fat instead of glucose, it releases more water and sodium, which can leave you feeling drained or lightheaded if not replaced. That's why adding mineral-rich electrolytes like sodium, potassium, and magnesium is essential for steady energy and muscle function. You can get them naturally through foods like avocados, leafy greens, and a pinch of sea salt, or through clean electrolyte mixes with no added sugar. Think of electrolytes as your body's internal power lines, keeping every signal, heartbeat, and muscle contraction stable and strong. When you combine these plant-based and functional zero-carb foods, avocados, olive oil, coconut oil, MCT oil, herbs, and electrolytes, you create a diet that's both nourishing and energizing. They help your body stay in fat-burning mode while providing antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals that animal-based foods alone might lack. Together, they keep your glucose flat, your focus sharp, and your metabolism humming like a well-tuned engine. Do you prefer olive oil or coconut oil in your meals? Let's take everything we've learned about zero-carb foods and turn it into a full day of simple, satisfying meals. The goal isn't just to eat low-carb, it's to stay in a smooth metabolic rhythm all day long, avoiding the highs and lows that come from hidden sugars or excess carbs. Imagine your glucose line like a calm horizon from sunrise to bedtime. No spikes, no crashes, just steady energy that carries you through every hour. Your morning starts with a warm, creamy keto coffee made with MCT oil and a touch of butter. This combination delivers clean energy straight to your brain. The MCTs convert into ketones within minutes, giving you mental clarity and focus without the jitters of a sugary breakfast. Think of it as a slow, burning flame that powers your body through the morning instead of a spark that fades too quickly. If you prefer solid food, try scrambled eggs cooked in ghee or olive oil, rich, nourishing, and completely carb-free. You can add a few herbs for flavor and micronutrients, and you'll stay satisfied for hours. By lunchtime, your body is already deep in fat-burning mode. This is where grilled salmon with avocado shines. The salmon provides high-quality protein and omega-3 fats that keep inflammation low, while the avocado adds potassium, fiber, and creamy texture. Together, they form the perfect balance of nutrients for a mid-day meal that keeps your glucose curve completely flat. You'll feel light, focused, and full, without that post-lunch crash people experience after carb-heavy meals. In the afternoon, when cravings tend to hit, reach for zero-carb snacks like cheese crisps or a handful of sardines. Cheese crisps give you the crunch and satisfaction of chips, but without the glucose surge. Sardines, on the other hand, deliver protein, healthy fats, and electrolytes, all crucial for sustaining ketosis. If you're on the go, you can also sip on mineral water with a pinch of sea salt or a sugar-free electrolyte mix to keep hydration and energy levels steady. Dinner is where you can get creative while keeping it simple. A plate of grass-fed beef or chicken thighs cooked in olive oil or butter is pure keto comfort food. Add a side of sauteed spinach or zucchini cooked in coconut oil for added nutrients and flavor. Because these meals are carb-free, your body stays in a calm metabolic state, continuing to burn fat for energy through the evening. You'll notice you don't feel bloated or heavy, just comfortably full and satisfied. Before bed, if you want a light snack, a spoonful of coconut oil or a small cup of bone broth works beautifully. Both are zero-carb, easy on digestion, and support deep, restful sleep by stabilizing blood sugar overnight. When you wake up the next morning, your body remains in fat-burning mode, ready to start another day of steady energy. Across this entire day, your glucose line stays flat like a calm sea. There are no roller coaster spikes, no sudden hunger, and no brain fog. Just clear focus, balanced energy, and a sense of control over your body's rhythm. That's the magic of structuring your meals around real zero-carb foods. Each choice supports the next, building a flow that makes keto easy to maintain, not restrictive. Want me to make a one-day zero-carb meal plan video next? Comment yes. One of the biggest mistakes people make on a zero-carb or keto journey is trusting the marketing instead of the science. The shelves are full of brightly labeled keto-friendly snacks and zero-carb protein bars that promise quick results but often deliver hidden sugars, artificial sweeteners, and fillers that confuse your metabolism. They might not spike your glucose as dramatically as a candy bar, but they still send small, unpredictable signals to your insulin system, keeping your body guessing instead of burning fat steadily. The truth is, these foods can slow progress, increase cravings, and even make you feel bloated or fatigued. Real zero-carb eating is about simplicity, foods that come from nature, not a factory. Another mistake is underestimating hydration and electrolytes. When you reduce carbs, your body releases stored water along with glycogen, and with that water you also lose key minerals, sodium, potassium, and magnesium. Without replenishing them, you might experience the infamous keto fatigue. You'll feel tired, dizzy, or foggy not because keto isn't working, but because your body is dehydrated and electrically unbalanced. Your muscles need these minerals to contract, your brain needs them to focus, and your heart needs them to maintain rhythm. Think of electrolytes as the tiny sparks that keep your energy system running. Skipping them is like trying to power a light bulb without wiring. It simply won't shine. The fix is beautifully simple: drink plenty of water and include electrolytes daily. Add a pinch of sea salt to your meals, enjoy mineral water, or sip on a sugar-free electrolyte drink. Include potassium-rich foods like avocados and leafy greens, and magnesium from nuts or supplements if needed. Within a few days, your energy stabilizes, your focus sharpens, and the fatigue fades away. Hydration is the foundation that makes zero carb living sustainable. It's also worth mentioning that keto isn't about perfection, it's about awareness. Many people obsess over counting every gram of carbs and tracking every meal, thinking that precision is the only way to succeed. But that level of restriction often leads to burnout. You don't need to count carbs all day, just pick the right ones. When you base your meals on real, whole zero-carb foods, eggs, fish, meat, healthy fats, olive oil, and natural electrolytes, your body naturally finds balance. You'll notice that cravings disappear, hunger stabilizes, and your mood evens out. Dr. Jesse Inchauspé often emphasizes how knowledge gives freedom, and that's exactly what zero-carb eating offers. Once you understand how your glucose behaves, you no longer have to fight your body. You're not punishing yourself by cutting out carbs, you're freeing yourself from the chaos they create. Imagine no longer feeling trapped by food or energy crashes, no longer being controlled by hunger spikes or afternoon fatigue. Instead, you move through your day with calm energy, steady focus, and the confidence that your body is finally working with you, not against you. This approach isn't about restriction, it's about clarity. It's about choosing foods that nourish you instead of confuse your metabolism. It's the difference between struggling to maintain willpower and simply enjoying stability. When you align your meals with your biology, keto stops being a diet and becomes a way of life that feels natural, effortless, and empowering. So as you continue your journey, remember this: you don't need expensive products, complicated charts, or rigid tracking apps. You just need real food, hydration, and consistency. Share this with someone struggling to stay in ketosis, and let's make keto simple again.